Every year, there's 4 million dogs put in shelters. So if you take those dogs and you put them nose to tail, it'll make a line of 11 miles long. So by the end of the year, the dogs are gone. Here's the secret to our show. 30% of all adopted dogs are returned to the shelter. That's hundreds and thousands of dogs. But why? Because of bad behavior. Let's get real, people. You're just picking the wrong dog. Think about it. Every weekend, tens of thousands of well-intentioned people adopt the wrong dog. Dogs returned from adoption are rarely adopted again. There are no second chances. These are the forever dogs. The two-time losers, the dogs you'll never want to own. We'll turn them into the dogs you'll love forever. One dog at a time. We follow the dog. We search everywhere. Wherever their story goes, we go. However long it takes. No matter the obstacle. We never return a dog to the shelter. We never give up.
Darren Shepherd. Training had been a hobby for years. I grew up watching my grandfather train dogs and train horses and hanging out around my uncle's vet clinic. Had brief desires to get into veterinary medicine, and then watching the late night calls, and he did large animal, cattle calls and horse calls, decided that cutting them open really wasn't where I was at. That it was more interacting with and working on the behaviors and tapping into what they can really do. And that's really where it came from. So.
I am Kate Jackson. I'm one of the trainers on the Forever Dog TV series. The concept behind Forever Dog is taking dogs that are forgotten in the shelter, that nobody wants, and finding them homes where they will live forever, for the rest of their life, and become the dogs that absolutely everybody wants. The throwaway shelter dogs are euthanized by the thousands every year in the United States. And there are so many of them that are perfect family pets that are euthanized for reasons such as breed, or euthanized for a certain amount of time that they've been at the shelter. A lot of them get euthanized just because of the wrong color and no one comes to find them. And there's so many of these dogs that are truly amazing, sweet, sociable dogs that would make amazing family pets. And they deserve a chance.
I get excited about the challenge of it, the challenge of the breed. And I want to take this dog that, pitties and King Corsos where the family wouldn't even give it a chance. I'm gonna wear you out physically, and then I'm gonna wear you out mentally. So when Kate's doing her tricks and Darren's doing his, competitive nose work, police work stuff, I'm taking a dog and I'm running with him and bringing all the obedience together in a physical way. So I'm looking for that active dog who actually will snuggle with you at night too. All my clients, they know I'm pretty straightforward on them, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. And if I see you out in public not doing what I told you to do, it's gonna be a bad situation. And I've pulled my car over, and I've commented on clients not doing what they're supposed to do. I can be lenient sometimes, but if I tell you to do something, so to fix these behaviors, you have to do it. You have to do it. The dogs, they see that you're not confident in who you are and what you're doing. Why should they listen to you?
Each year, 4 to 6 million dogs end up in a shelter. And each year, that's a brand new 4 to 6 million that end up in shelters. Of that, I'm not 100% sure how many are euthanized, but of the dogs that are adopted, 30 to 40% are returned because of behavioral problems. There's no chance that a dog is going to get homed after they've been adopted and returned to a shelter. Those dogs are pretty much doomed. And those are the dogs we need to look at. Often it's simple issues such as they've been matched together with the wrong owner. And if we're looking for the right dogs, for the right families and for the right people, those numbers should drop dramatically. There shouldn't be dogs returned to shelters. My big passion is how to pick the dog from the shelter. If you're picking the right dogs from the shelters and taking those dogs into rescue and finding them homes, those dogs are going to keep their homes. Instead of this recycling that happens, sending them back. The more dogs that are we getting out of the shelters and the fewer that are coming back, the more we can save.